Hi, this is Peter Hanami with Japanese Customer News, October 23rd, 2015. Hi, I've got 5 stories for you this week. Our first story is about investment, and this was reported by Rick Wallace in the Australian newspaper on Tuesday the 20th of October 2015. And in the article he states that investment from Japan coming into Australia is growing at 11% a year, which is an enormous figure. We imagine that this will continue. Now that the free trade agreement has been signed and started in January 2015 between Japan and Australia. Our second story this week is about infrastructure. Now this was reported by Brian Toohey in the Australian Financial Review on Tuesday the 20th of October. In the article, Brian mentions that Japan's most profitable high-speed rail operator, JR Tokai, is building a maglev system between Tokyo, Nagoya and Osaka without government subsidies. And basically the system they're building relies on superconducting magnets to lift, stabilise and propel trains at 500 kilometres within a guideway. Now, for those of you who have been lucky enough to go to Japan, you'll notice that the Shinkansen between Osaka and Tokyo is probably the busiest train line in Japan, and also one of the most profitable. Our third story this week is about internal malfeasance. Now this was reported by Chris Cooper of Bloomberg in the Australian Financial Review on Wednesday the 21st of October. Now, Japan has seen a number of cases, internal cases, where companies have released very damaging information caused from within inside the company. And 3 companies disclosed internal malfeasance in the space of 24 hours last week. They included Toyo Tire and Rubber, Asahi Kasei, and Matsumoto Kiyoshi, the pharmacy chain. Now, in the article, Chris mentions that optimists see this is a positive sign that companies are publicly admitting to problems, whereas the pessimists say that companies are engaging in more bad behaviour without consequence. We'll just have to wait and see how this pans out. Our fourth story this week is about energy, and this was reported by Angela McDonald-Smith in the Australian Financial Review on Friday the 23rd of October. Now in the article she talks about LNG, and Japan buys a lot of LNG from Australia, and she talks about LNG made from coal seam gas, or CSG as it's called, which is a really low energy value gas. That is, it's the low calorific value LNG. And many Japanese importers could only accept gas with a higher energy value in the past. Market perceptions of CSG based LNG have changed over time, and the Japanese are adapting to the new norm. Our final story this week is about tourism, and this was reported by Japan Today on October the 22nd on their website, japantoday.com. Now, it was found that more than 50% of Japanese hotels and ryokans, or hotels, Japanese style that is, nationwide, stop people with tattoos from entering, according to a survey by the Japan tourism agency JTA. Now this is a big problem for foreign tourists, because in home country tattoos are often quite readily accepted, but this is not the case in Japan. Japan has got very strict cultural norms based on tattoos, which really date back centuries as such. And if you go to a hotel with a bath, or you go to a swimming pool, it's very important, if you have tattoos, to cover them up before you enter the water. Now, this week on our website, we've got a video to show you how to cover tattoos when you visit a bathhouse or a swimming pool. And the reason we've done this is to try to reduce the problems that you may encounter. If you don't cover up, you probably may be thrown out, or you'll be made to feel very uncomfortable by staff who will interrupt your visit and ask you to leave. An interesting topic, particularly if you're visiting Japan with tattoos. Have a look at that one on the website. Well, thanks very much for your company, and look forward next week to Japanese customer news.